Alrighty, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It is 10:30 Eastern Time. It is time for our weekly Bookmap stream, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Before we get started, we're going to talk about Bookmap's Funded Trader webinar series. So they're doing a new series that talks about people that have tips from funded trading, who are funded traded themselves. And you can learn some tips and tricks from the pros all week. November 18th to the 22nd, Discord only, from Monday the 18th starting at 9 a.m. So be there or be square. Should be some great learning opportunities. I myself also am a funded trader, so welcome, welcome. I could talk about some of that stuff here too. It's fun stuff. 210100 or 21100, although I don't know how to say numbers. At the moment, obviously, very choppy price action. ES is put on now, what, 6 5-minute dojis in a row, which is pretty terrible. Price action has slowly grinded down for 21,250 to 21,060. So, about 100 points. So, yeah, if you are part of the stream, obviously, you'll know that right now the market is very, very slow. It's incredibly boring, for at least for the Nasdaq and ES. We had a couple of very exciting days there after the election, but before and after, it's been just abysmally slow. So when that happens, that's not the time to go big. That's the time to wait. If you must trade, pull back position sizing, zoom out to the 15-minute, at least if not higher, and just play your trades. Play your trades. Well, on the 5-minute, speaking of, we have a high volume bottom wick at 10:05. That was 25 minutes ago, almost 30 minutes ago, and we haven't gone anywhere. So normally, a high volume bottom wick signifies that we're ready to go higher, which very well still may be the case. It has not been nullified yet. But we need to claim 21,120 on NASDAQ, and ES needs to claim 6,009 to really get to the upside here. We need to make sure that we're not going to just reject this area and then just plunge lower, because NASDAQ is plotting liquidity lower. My bad. There we go. We are now sharing Bookmap. Oh, you see this liquidity here, negative 1400 CVD, down into the 2105. ES at the moment, very light liquidity. We've got this little cat iceberg, and that's pretty much it. Everything's light across the books. We have a bunch of short calls back on at 6,000. They came off. Now they're back on. So we went from a $7 million drawdown on calls, and now they're back on the book for the option chain positioning. We have the hero indicator is now back to buying calls as opposed to selling puts. All right. 2132. IC entry with a bottom wick off 6,000, 15 minutes. All right, now we're climbing up here, so the upside is confirmed after breaching 120. So nice healthy bottom wick, upside move, and we get to go higher. $6013. Let's go to the 30-minute. I'm done on the 15 to 30-minute. Obviously, we've been in the same freaking range since last Thursday morning. Oh man. 21-1-2 fire coming off right here. I honestly don't watch ES, but that was a nice look. It was, yeah. It was. What do you make of Anna posting videos on 2-minute charts? It's possible to trade those live. For me, it's not. I am not good at that. She trades shorter time frames. Even her husband trades like the 15-second chart. So I personally don't like it. I am not good at it. My brain doesn't work fast enough to make decisions on the shorter time frames like that because setups change so frequently. But she's able to do it and make good analysis on it. So different strokes for different folks. Gracias, mi amor. Te amo. 21-1-0-8. On to something today, playing them games. What do you mean, Twizzy? Multiple times the past week, literally 1 to 2, 3 ticks missed from my sells. That's okay. So still back over 120. As long as they hold 120 NASDAQ, we're going to look for a move back up to 200 then. If they give out 120 and hold it, that's when you can start playing down to 21-1050. But this has been the same exact script that they've been implementing for a while now. Morning shakeout, the market just goes flat for a couple hours, and then a little bit bigger move early to late afternoon. And that's looks like it's going to be the same theme today. Yeah, fantastic sheet, McGurky. Thank you for sharing that with the community. That's going to be very helpful here starting next week. Very helpful. Going to be changing things up a little bit. Downshifting. Pushing in the clutch, double clutching. Shifting down. Anybody recommend a good high ceiling garage light or a shop light? I'm looking at these hyper lights, but I don't know. I don't like buying lights off Amazon. Like Temu lights. Looking forward to some downshifting. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. 1-3 still. 1-3-2 still. Not a lot of movement. Let's go over to ES. And the one reason I know that things aren't really shaking and baking is because we do not have a lot of icebergs here. Icebergs are my favorite Bookmap add-on. Out of all the add-ons they offer, icebergs are my fave because they allow me to anticipate movement in the market by an underlying institutional player. When it comes on in a very large way, it allows me to figure out which way they're going to take this thing. Or even if it's not a direction, just a simple aggressive style price action, the more icebergs we have. Harbor Freight. I love me some Harbor Freight, dude. Harbor Freight is my light in the harbor. Port in the harbor. I love spreadsheets because I'm a nerd. Since the markets were so slow last week, I spent a couple hours working on that since the trading strategy and my bread and butter, and I wanted to do something nice to track it. Love it. I'm also a spreadsheet nerd. I like it. You should see my budget. I've got a budget sheet that's insane. It's better than QuickBooks. QuickBooks is terrible. right. Top looks spicy. Yeah, so if they give out 120, that's when we're going to play down into this area. Right now, I don't really have any analysis. It's really an if-and statement. 21050. Puts were heavily leading this morning, and they appear to be still in control. So 120 gives out. We're going to play down to 050. So yeah. A little bit moving down. Nice little red candle, looking spicy. Nice, Steve. Thank you. Take a look, buddy. Is there support for this move up? Right now, we're not really moving. So we got a couple of things going on here. 120. We've got a micro trend line at 21,000. I'm sure all y'all are tracking that trend line. Yesterday, we had a nice little trend line bounce. But that's what we're looking at right here. So in terms of volume, the 30-minute candles and beyond are showing the sellers hitting this with sellers volume. In fact, this 30-minute candle is the highest of the day. It's the most selling volume we've seen since Monday's opening candle. But we still need to close a candle to wipe out some liquidity to get things moving. Well, we have now been at the same price since 10:05, which is just terrible. You should pin this. I could do that. As long as McGurky doesn't mind the clicks. Pin it. Oh, come on. I have to 1 second. I pinned something for Trader J in 2022. What is that? Oh, all the collars. Nice. There's a lot of good stuff in that pin section. I always got to go back and look. A lot of good stuff. Lee-Rat stuff. And pin. There you go. It's pinned. $21,114. Still no movement. No additional trades for me. I've taken 2 trades today. 1 mini, 1 micro. I practice what I preach. LEDs with 6,500K gives a bluish tint. 4,500 more white. And then 2,800. Yeah, I want to go a little bit more white, maybe even yellowish. I want to stay away from the white bluish stuff. It's just too hard on the eyes. I like a nice little softer tone, especially I'm going with black metal walls and stained wooden ceiling. So I need to text my boy Lee-Rat. What's he doing? I haven't talked to him in a few weeks. Make sure these last hurricanes didn't blow him away. What up with 15 Ps? All right, let's see what he says. Oh, I'm texting just like my dad. I love it. $21,119. Well, there's nothing really worth trading. It's absolutely awful. So trade if you must. But I think it's pretty much the same script here. $21,125. I wonder if hey Dan, are you on here? guess he signed off. $21.17. Not any movement. Oh man. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Me and my boy. We'll be texting. He's a good dude. Oh man. Well, you see this cat down here, 2105, coming on and off, but that's really all we got, and that'll be the next imbalance too. The next imbalance. Not really much on anything on a yes here. Just not moving. There's Lee Rat. What's up, bro? We all miss you, buddy. Come back to us. Come back to us. I don't know. He probably can't hear me. I don't know if he's on. I don't know if he's on the. I don't know if he's on the Bookmap stream. Oh yeah. Just opened YouTube. There he is. Love it. Hey, technically he's still a moderator. Forever moderator. Love it. Oh man, this is terrible. You're not missing anything right now, Lee Rat. You're not missing anything right now. Price action is flat. Flat. NASDAQ has not moved in almost an hour. ES has not moved in almost an hour. Oil is still hanging lower. 67 and change going lower. I will ban you all. Technically, he can still ban people. That's hilarious. I need to put you back on Reddit. Start banning them jabronis. Ban everybody on Reddit. Do it. Yeah, it is. It is. Let's see. What else we got? Option chain art isn't moving. They're still providing liquidity at 6,000 on SPX. So SPX is holding under 6,000. They're putting resistance at 6,000. Overall base of 59.60, but I mean that's it, man. There's not really much else to say. I'm trying to just keep on top of everything. We just need to be ready for when the move actually does happen. We need the Lee Rat special back. Oh yeah, the eight EMA. Yeah, buddy. I'll be going to your home state soon. Knock on your door. Let's go, baby. It's beautiful up here in Alaska. I'd love to have you. Come on, baby. What? 45 minutes ago it was clear skies. Now it looks like it's going to pour down rain. Gotta love Alaska, man. Crazy, crazy weather here. Is this time of year when it's dark for like 5 months? Oh yeah. Not yet though. Not yet. Did I time travel? Is it 2022? Yeah. I love it. I love it. 6010. Holy crap, this is terrible. Y'all tell me something good. Twenty-one 100, 21050. Overall, though, I guess on the 5 minute, it could kind of be defined as an ascending wedge that begins at 10:05 and culminates now. They are kind of testing the lower bounds of that ascending wedge, see if we could break it. At which point, we'll start playing down to the liquidity. The only signs I'm seeing here, we have a decently negative CVD on Nasdaq and down to 21,500 or 050 there. So, good skiing this year? I hope so. I saw that a pretty well-known ski resort in the Swiss Alps is actually closing because they're not the snow has been so light the past decade that they're losing money. They haven't been able to open. It's crazy stuff. It is pretty crazy that the leaves are still on the trees here in middle of November. Spirit Airlines died today. Didn't they get shot yesterday? Yeah, they had a bad week. 121. RIP Spirit. Yeah. Yeah, I think they were down, what, 28%? What did they finish out at? That relationship kept my long distance. That airline kept my long distance relationship alive. I love it. Oh man, look at that. Spirit Airlines went from $3.60 to $1, and that is down from, holy crap, $84 back in 2014. Preparing for bankruptcy. It's crazy. Let's see. Trace indicator still says nothing. Hero indicator still says nothing. Hmm. Premiums are cheap. SPX. I think this may have broken my record from 2022 of not taking an options trade. I can't even remember the last time I've taken an options trade. I think last record was like 2.5 weeks back in 2022. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Do I take futures trade? The past couple of weeks, that's all. I just haven't traded much. Lee Rat is here. Sling him. Max position size, 0 DTE calls right now. Let's watch that OI get pumped, baby. You have to change your name to Futures Millionaire. If I don't take another option trade, I think you might be right. I think by law, I've got to change it. Six 012. The 30-minute on Nasdaq looks weak. It does look weak. Yeah, Nasdaq's 30-minute looks weak. ES is on there too, and I'm pretty sure he's already got vomit on a sweater already from Mom Spaghetti. False advertisement. Yeah. Speaking of which, a couple of days we get to see the Paul Tyson fight. Oh man. I can't get over this Nasdaq price action. It's terrible. Futures and options each have their own place. I know you take an option trade one day. One day, for sure. I'll get something going here. I know we'll have more volatility. We just have to wait out. It does look weak, though. This NASDAQ does look weak. And the bulls are unable to hold on the 15-minute bottom wick. We have an aggressive 15-minute bottom wick at the 10 o'clock candle. Unable to hold it. And now they are preparing to breach lower. Preparing to breach lower. Okay. 21,112. Not a lot of movement. If this does break lower, we'll take it in breach. But right now it's just nothing. The one-day lever returns the slowest day in 3 weeks. I know. $21,112 right here. Is Trey showing key levels? Mine turned on but will not show. Yep. So it's showing right now. Implied move 59.60. The hedging put wall is down to 59.45. Upside move is going to be 60.30. But first, the big thing right here is 6,000. I've seen the 6,000 call wall go from 7 million down to 3 million. Now it's 30 million of short calls. So in the event that we do go up 14 points, I do not think we'll clear 6,000. At least not with the current exposure. And they're just collecting, baby. They're collecting. Yeah. Very stable right now. So you see every single move lower is immediately bottom wicked. because they're unable to just get the volume to induce selling. But at the same time, after the big bottom wake, the buyers hadn't able to hit. There's just no volume. So that's why I'm saying you have to pull back the position sizing because it's easily wicked. When you're in a low volume chop like this, the price action is easily wicked. So lower position sizing, if trading at all, I don't even trade, honestly. But lower position sizing, higher time frames. It's terrible. Another bottom wick. Do I have any Bitcoin? I do not have any Bitcoin, although I am grossly regretting that decision now this week. Or Doge. I have purchased a Bitcoin before, but I did not hold it. I got out for a little bit of profit way back a couple years ago. I regret that decision. Although I guess I can't get greedy. I've had a pretty good couple of years. Buy and hold for 50 years. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Especially if fiat just crashes. Predictions on how hard the deep state will fight getting gutted. Yeah, that's a dangerous conversation. Oh, man. That's a dangerous conversation. Let's just say January 25th is a long way away. I'm sure election season was fun in here. It wasn't too bad. We kept things professional in here. We had a lot of fun, though. 21,115. They're scared of Lirat coming and dropping their hammer. That's right. That's right. When Lirat first became a moderator, I shipped him a computer mouse when the left click button had a little bit of lead on it to make it a little extra heavy. Make it easier to click that ban button. It's called a tactical mouse. It's illegal in 3 states. $21,110. Terrible. 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 Off a big spread on ES and Nasdaq. Hey, yeah, it's just I'm literally speechless of how terrible this is. VIX down to 1424. That's a quick drop in the VIX, nearing a 100% drop, nearing on the VIX. Any trade? Take a trade on the indexes today? I've taken 2 small trades for me. 1 mini, 1 micro. And that is it. They're just... I'm literally speechless, he says verbally. Truth, truth. All right. $21,130. Oh man, I made a quick trade right away. Been sitting on with the kids since 15 minutes. That's the script here. Is the trade the first 30 minutes and get out. In fact, we may adjust streams accordingly until this starts to shake out, because sitting here for an hour not just is terrible. Or maybe break it up in a couple of different streams. I don't know. I'll figure something out. And Amazon's very strong though. That's for sure. 1.7% up green. Google is down 1.3. Apple is nearing high of the day. Nvidia is low of the day. So just back and forth. Typical chop price action. Better things to do with the time. I've officially locked out. So, means no more trades for me. We're going to wrap it up here in a few minutes. Take it on out to greener pastures. Maybe a little earlier stream for some pre-market analysis. Maybe. It's not a bad idea. Maybe some days. Maybe not every day. Maybe some days. My mornings are already pretty busy. Have you switched to now only day trading on your props and swing trading on your real account? No, it's just right now the market is not the best for option trades. So I mean that's kind of the way it's working right now. But I'm just not really doing all that much trading because the market's not really giving me a lot of opportunity. Other than we had a couple of great days there for the election, but other than that, it's just been a very low participation time for me. So I've taken hardly any trades at all since early September, mid-September. And it's that to me that's a good thing. I've actually been very much enjoying the downtime a little bit. But I'll get back to it for sure. I had a very busy 6, 7 months, 8 months there, a lot of trading. So had a couple of great months, a couple of really, really bad months, and a lot of good months. I feel like the only good trade was the prior session about the 10.05. Yeah, but even that didn't hold up very well. I sold the bear call at open, made about 50% profit, and then sold a bull put. Nice. Beautiful, Matt. What's your analysis on Amazon? I'm on a 9-day call from yesterday's lows. Let's go take a look. Let's go to the daily. Amazon's very strong, and they just took out the prior pivot from November 7th to once again go back to new all-time highs. So they look bullish, and there's no volume on them. This Amazon's chart now, right now, looks like how I expect the S&P's chart to look in a day or two, judging by the volume. Unless today changes things. If we have a big sell-off this afternoon with a little bit of volume that kind of corresponds to yesterday's volume, then that'll change. But if they bottom wick things again, then I expect the S&P's chart to look like Amazon in a day or two. So that's why today's close will be pertinent to future analysis. Will you ever select some new moderators? I would really love to help community give you back something, and I'm here the whole day. Yeah, possibly. I just the community has you know, it's gone back. It's come down to manageable levels. So I just haven't needed a moderator. I needed a lot when we exploded in 2020 and 2021. But now I don't. I just don't really need a moderator. But if I do, absolutely, I will consider you for sure. You'll be first in line. Trying to practice long calls on strong names. It's great, man. It's fantastic. Technically about it right now. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, buddy. There's a guy I watch every morning on YouTube. He does free analysis. He made over 700K on Tesla longs. Yeah, you said that. Yeah. Nice. Do you see any icebergs? I do not. Nope. Nothing. Is there a potential bottom on CL? CL is getting into that area. They did just bounce off 6670-ish. 6690 is what they got. And they're just back inside the range. So, yeah, I mean, I was looking for a bounce a touch lower, but it got right there and then bounced. And they had their, didn't they have CL inventories today, or is that tomorrow? Sometimes it's Wednesday, sometimes it's Thursday. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Got about 10 minutes left. My best advice is to get away. Let's see. 130 bottom wick. Thank you for applying for the position. Regret to inform you've got another candidate. I love it. I love it. Well, that's my spiel. In terms of hero, we have very slight call buying and no activity on the puts. We have still 6,000 strike, which is now 10 points higher on SPX. So I would not expect SPX to get through 6,000 today with this type of exposure. We just had a first iceberg and a while filled for 336. It's still small, but it's the first in a while. But overall, keep an eye on volume. Today's a volume indicator. You know, if it happens, it happens. Top wick back over 124. That was a wild spike on NASDAQ to 149. Yeah, very quick. But also indicated by no volume. And you have a quick move up. Those quick FOMO candles out of nowhere with no volume. And then that's usually driven by FOMO in reversed, which in this case is still the same. Yeah. 2105. Still an ascending wedge in NASDAQ. Bookmap is put on a level at 175. Yep. Let's see, 150. Where's 175 at? Yeah, a little bit up here. I got 170 and 175 up here. And then this cat here at 150. So slight levels, but they're there. So watch the volume. It'll tell the tale if we do decide to move volume. Coming up on the end of the stream, Shouldn't really have any questions, but if you do, just let me know. Pretty mundane stuff. Oh man. A little bit of green coming up. Very, very slow. We've got, again, 6,000, which is now in 6 points. So be careful chasing SPX through 6,000 with that amount of calls because they're not taking it off. It's going to take some volume to get through that. So pretty aggressive call buying is hitting the tape at the moment. Right before I get off, looks like the European close just went from, they just put on 700 billion of 0 DTE calls in about 2 minutes. So they are aggressively buying calls at the moment. Let's see if we can get through 6,000. Putting on more at 6037 on ES. All right, y'all, that is 11:30 Eastern. Time to end the very exciting stream. So, again, watch for volume. They now have liquidity up and down. Just came on the books. We have some pretty aggressive call buying here that may shift us back higher, but 6,000 SPX remains the main target. So other than that, let me know if you have any questions. I'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning for PPI and JPAL tomorrow, by the way. He's speaking tomorrow. So hopefully we get some sort of movement. If today bottom wicks and holds, I expect the S&P's chart to look like Amazon's chart right now by the end of the week because there's no selling climax, there's no sweeping top wick with volume, there's no real appetite for selling at the moment. So the fact that we have rocketed for 3 days and then stayed up here for another 3 days without any kind of selling shows that we're just absorbing for a shift higher, and that's possible. So that's my thesis. I'll touch more on that in the morning. Thanks for all for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you.